Hello, welcome back to the road to episode 8, my ongoing series where I'll chart the road to the release of Star Wars episode 8 on December 15th, 2017. Lots to talk about. In this installment I'll be talking about some of the spin-off movie news and also a possible delay to episode 8, a further delay. Not a delay of the release date, but a delay of them starting filming. So let's just start off with that. I mean, this is the road to episode 8, so apparently there's going to be a lighting technician strike in the UK, which they're trying to arrange it, and I think this Saturday is the key day in terms of whether they're going to strike or not. You've heard of things like the writers' strike in Hollywood that happened quite a few years ago actually, but I mean, if they don't have lighting technicians, they're not going to really be able to start filming in February. So I'm sure it'll be worked out, you know. I'm sure they're going to figure something out. I mean, it's I can't see the might of Disney and Lucasfilm being thwarted by a lighting technician strike, taking nothing away from lighting technicians, but you know, I'm sure that they'd be able to, you know, just reach back down the sofa of, you know, billions of dollars that they have and figure something out. Obviously I don't think it's really to do with Disney, it's more to do with the unions and that kind of thing, but I doubt it'll be that big of a problem, but it does seem like there might be a tiny bit of a delay with them starting filming. Also, on a side note, Daisy Ridley recently posted a Instagram picture of a bouquet of flowers that she received along with a note, which she kind of sneakily took just a tiny picture of, like you can barely see it, and it says something like, "Dear Daisy, thank you for your blah blah blah, tremendous da da da," and you know, and it appears to be from Kathleen Kennedy, and at the top of the page, just in bold letters, it just says 8 in Roman numerals. It's like, yes, it's starting. So that's cool, you know. Obviously it doesn't seem out of the norm that people from the cast would get, you know, letters of thank you from the producers of the film, who obviously are very happy with how the film went, and I think a lot of that is down to her performance. Well, perhaps not the success of the film, but I think the strength of the film, a lot is down to her performance. So it's cool to see that, and that she got a nice letter and stuff. And yeah, it's ramping up now. Next month they're going to start filming. No matter what happens with the strike, I'm sure they'll figure it out. And also, apparently they're going to be filming possibly in March, maybe April, in Croatia, in Dubrovnik, which is really cool. I'm a big fan of Croatia, mainly because Porco Rosso, a Studio Ghibli film directed by Hayao Miyazaki, is one of my favourite films of all time, and it's set in Croatia, and I just think the film looks gorgeous. And whenever I see pictures of Croatia and the Adriatic Sea, it's just like right out of the movie, even though it's an animated movie, and that's one of the places I really want to visit. So the fact they're going to film a Star Wars movie there is really cool. What it could be, I don't know, a new planet, or perhaps it could tie in quite easily, I think, with the planet that Luke and Rey were on at the end of Episode 7, Act 2, because you know, a lot of sea and a lot of you know, interesting buildings. Perhaps they could use that, or just the coastline. Who knows? There must be a specific reason they're going there. But it's really cool to see that they're continuing this thing of obviously filming a lot on set, filming on sound stages, but also going out into the world and filming in countries in Europe and, you know, all over the world. I mean, obviously they just filmed a lot in the UK and Ireland for The Force Awakens, but to see them now going over to Croatia is very cool. Apparently there's a rumour that they would film in Spain, but I haven't read anything about that. Someone just commented that, so I don't know if that's true or not. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing more tangible locations in the film. That was one of the best things about The Force Awakens to me, was that seeing things like the Rebel base or the Resistance base on Dakar, was it? The planet where you first see Finn walk out and there's the Millennium Falcon and all the X-Wings and they're all real. That's what makes it special, and so I'm looking forward to seeing more of that, more tangible, real locations. I'm a broken record at this point. So, the spin-off movies. Now, the CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, has recently said and confirmed, in fact, that they are currently not possibly developing the third spin-off movie. If you remember when they said that they were going to do new Star Wars films, they were like, right, you're getting Episode 7, 8, 9, and you're getting a spin-off movie in between each of them. So it was going to go Episode 7, Rogue One, Episode 8, young Han Solo, Episode 9, and then another spin-off movie, which a lot of people thought would be the Boba Fett movie, and there's been rumours that have confirmed that it is in fact a Boba Fett movie. But Bob Iger has said there are 5 Star Wars movies that are in development right now. Or obviously he said 4 after The Force Awakens, Episode 7. So Episode 8 and 9, Young Han Solo, Rogue One, and that's it for now. He said that there'll probably be more in the future, but right now there's nothing set in stone. So it seems that they might have put that Boba Fett movie on hold, which is interesting. I wonder if they're thinking, should we see how these spin-off movies do first? So yeah, that's an interesting note. Just to, I'm sure that they'll, between now and 2020, or 2018, 2019, when they'd have to start filming a potential Star Wars film to come out in 2020, they'll figure something out. Not that I'm saying that I want there to be a Star Wars movie every single year. I'd love to take a break. I'd love for them after Episode 9 to take a 5-year break, a 10-year break even. I think it needs to be special, particularly if you're going to go down the route of doing Episode 10, 11, 12. Definitely they need to wait at least 10 years before doing that, in my opinion. That's just my opinion though. So, yeah, there's that. And also, Rogue One. There's been some Rogue One details that have come out. I don't want to talk about them because it could be little things that, well, not spoilers, but just like things about characters in the movie. And I don't really want to, I don't know. You can find it if you really want to look for it, But it's about a character who's in the film, a new character, and it sounds interesting. And I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with that. But one big thing I need to talk about Rogue One, I don't think anyone's going to be cared about being spoiled this. I mean, it just seems a shoo-in that they're going to put Darth Vader in the film. The rumour right now is that Darth Vader is going to have quite a big role in the film. There's even a rumour that there's more than one suit that they've recreated down to, every last detail, the lens, everything. The Darth Vader suit from A New Hope. Which would make sense because the film takes place before A New Hope, and they want to kind of make it tie in with that, I suppose, tie in with the first Star Wars film, and you want to see Darth Vader the way you remember him the first time you ever saw him. But apparently stunt suits have been created as well. We might see Vader on the battlefield. How interesting would that be? Apparently there's concept art going around with Vader on the battlefield, throwing his lightsaber and using the Force to like pull people up into the air and use them as human shields. Sounds mental. Sounds absolutely mental. Will they go that route? I don't know. It might just be fans eagerly kind of spreading these rumours, and fulfilling their own fantasies. But it's interesting to think about, at least. And I certainly think that Darth Vader has to be, at least in the film, because this is the first time we're ever having a Star Wars film without the Jedi, without this big overarching story about the Force and the fate of the galaxy. Even though the plans to the Death Star are very much a big part of the Star Wars mythos, I still think that it's going to be tougher to sell Rogue One than, oh, Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and Princess Leia back after 40 years, a new generation of Jedi, wow. Now it's like, oh, this is a film about some rebels and stormtroopers and they're fighting, and it's like a war film, and I feel like it'd be a tougher sell, not a tough sell, but a tougher sell than a new episode in the saga, so to speak. So I definitely think that they're going to utilize Darth Vader. I mean, they've got the rights to do it. Why wouldn't they do it? It fits, of course. He is the figurehead of the Empire. And the rebels are trying to steal the plans to the Death Star, so why wouldn't he be in the film, or at least be a pivotal part of the film in terms of that's the big guy that everyone is is being crushed under the boot of, so to speak. Obviously there's the Emperor and Grand Moff Tarkin, but really Darth Vader is like the figurehead of the Empire, and that is the main that's the main villain, organization, crew, whatever you want to call it, in Rogue One. So I think he's going to be in the film. And I think they're going to be very smart about it, and they're going to really promote his involvement in the film. I can see a poster, maybe like just a Darth Vader's helmet, Rogue One, this Christmas. I mean, that they could really build a buzz around the Vader character, even if he's not in it that much. I mean, if you think about it, I don't think he's in Star Wars Episode 4. I don't think he's in it that much. I think he's in it for about 20 minutes, maybe 25, something like that. He's a bit like the Michael Keaton, it's like the Beetlejuice Hannibal Lecter effect, characters who are so memorable and are just icons of cinema. But in their actual films that they're not in it for more than like 15, 20, 25 minutes, but their presence is felt around the whole thing. So they could easily do something like that as well. But yeah, seeing Vader on the battlefield, taking down, like rebels and stuff, it's something we've never seen before. I'm not sure if I like the idea though, because to me it doesn't seem like Vader would actually go and do that at that point in his life. Maybe just after the fall of the Republic and stuff at the end of Revenge of the Sith. Perhaps he went out and was, you know, murdering Jedi and things like that and tracking down the last Jedi. I don't know. Although it kind of makes it seem like in Revenge of the Sith that he did that by killing all the young kids. I'm getting way off track. I could talk about Star Wars forever, as you know. But let me know what you think about Darth Vader. How would you like to see him utilized? You know, obviously they need to get James Earl Jones back to do the voice. He is 40 years older now. Is he going to sound the same? You know, who are they going to get to play the body of Darth Vader? You know, they need someone big and with a commanding presence. So lots to think about. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.